He's hitting afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this special day. I am Dr. Justin Foltz, and I have the privilege of serving as principal of Perrysburg High School. To begin today's celebration, I ask everyone to please rise for our school's alma mater, the Black and Gold, performed by our wind ensemble and led by band director Mr. Ryan Williams. At the conclusion of the alma mater, please remain standing for our national anthem. And a sincere thank you to Perrysburg High School's own School Resource Officer, Officer Greg Cole, for being with us today to present the colors. At this time, please remove all hats and turn to the flag as Choir Director Mrs. Katie Kuhlman leads our a cappella choir in performing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may all be seated. As we have seen, Perrysburg High School has an exemplary music program. In preparation for today's celebration, the senior choir members have chosen to perform a song that is not only appropriate given the setting, but also near and dear to their hearts. Please turn your attention to our senior choir as they perform Remember Me by Roger Emerson.
Say goodbye, remember
afternoon, everyone, and welcome. To our family, friends, and staff and honored guests, thank you for being here. Your support, encouragement, and occasional reminders to stay on top of things have played a significant role in getting these young people to this point. And to the class of 2026, congratulations. You made it. There were probably moments along the way when you felt this day might not get here. It may be a few moments this year when it felt like it would never get here. But here you are, finished, accomplished, and ready for what's next. Today is a celebration of everything you've done to get to this point, and just as importantly, the people who have helped you along the way. It's also the start of something new, whether you have it all planned out or you're just figuring it out. Either way, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. We're proud of you, truly. So on behalf of Perrysburg High School, it is my honor to welcome all of you to the 161st Commencement Ceremony. We begin with greetings and recognition of special guests. At this time, I'd like to introduce our senior class president, Inesh Gupta.
Greetings, Jackets. My name is Inesh Gupta, and this past year, I've had the honor of serving as your senior class president. As I stand here today, I'd like to say something that I think is important. High school was very different for many of us. For some of you, high school was a transformative experience, and you crushed it. For others, the path was a bit more challenging, and that's simply okay. No matter where your actions led you, there are always adults here to support you. We were exposed to teachers, administrators, coaches, and parents who we interact daily with and help guide us through our lives. However, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the adults who work behind closed doors that logistically keep Perrysburg on its feet. Without these individuals, programs that some students rely on would not be as impactful, and honestly, I think that Perrysburg High School might not even exist to the same aspect that we see it today. I ask these people to please stand and be recognized. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been made. School Board President, Ms. Sue Larimer. School Board Vice President, Ms. Laura Meinke. School Board Member, Ms. Susan Rowland Miller. School Board Member, Ms. Casey Haywood. School Board Member, Ms. Denise Phillips. Superintendent, Dr. Katie Ansted. Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Brooke Price. Treasurer, Mr. Randy Drewer. Director of Special Education, Dr. Andrea Glesser. Assistant Director of Special Education, Dr. Byron Swartz. Director of Student Services and Wellbeing, Mrs. Chris Harper. Director of Secondary Teaching and Learning, Mr. Brent Swartzmiller. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Katie Bacon. Assistant Principal, Mr. Brad Tursky. Assistant Principal, Dr. Dave DeColius. Thank you all for being here this afternoon in support of the class of 2026. And now, I have the distinct honor for presenting the class gifts of the class of 2026. If you notice, I pluralize gifts because the class of 2026 leaves behind a new TV and 2 high-power 2,000-watt microwaves. I bet Mr. Ash could tell you how powerful that is. On top of the numerous extracurricular activities that separates Perrysburg High School from its competitors, Perrysburg is known for its commitment to academic excellence. Thus, the new TV, which will be located next to Mrs. Nagy's vestibule, will display students who demonstrate high achievement and intellectual prowess, including, but not limited to, high scores on the PSAT, SAT, ACT, and AP exams. We know our successors will work hard so the new microwaves will faithfully serve to provide a warm meal. Thank you. At this time, I would like you to please welcome Student Council President Alina Krenzel for the presentation of special recognition of a teacher.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alina Krenzel, and this past year, I've had the honor of serving as the Class of 2026 Student Council's Executive President. Today, I have the privilege of announcing the 2026 Teacher of the Year. PHS hires extraordinary and overqualified teachers that help shape our future every single day. Choosing this teacher was extremely difficult, but when it came time for the final choice, there was one teacher that stood out. This teacher is always held in high regard. I had this teacher my freshman year, and having firsthand experience with this teacher was a handful, as well as their last name. For students who are fortunate enough to have this teacher as a part of their schedule, had their lives positively impacted by a teacher who pours their whole heart into their students and their teachings. This individual carries many personas as a government teacher, head advisor for Pride Club, girls golf team coach, randomly runs marathons, father of 3, and best of all, someone you can just sit and talk to. His big personality never fails to put a smile on a student's face. With that being said, it is my great pleasure to congratulate the 2026 Teacher of the Year, Mr. D. Gregorio, well known as Mr. D. Mr. Di Gregorio is being escorted to the gift table by Student Council Executive Board members Sarah Maudlin and Eliana Tabanero. Presenting the gifts is Student Council Executive Treasurer Lauren Arsterly and Senior Council Treasurer Ben Mack. At this time, I would like you to welcome Student Council Vice President Avery Redding for the presentation of special recognition of a student.
Good afternoon, class of 2026, family, and friends. My name is Avery Reddick, and I have the privilege of serving as the Student Council Executive Vice President for the class of 2026. Today, I have the honor of awarding the class of 2026 Student of the Year. This award was an incredibly difficult decision to make, as there are so many extraordinary candidates. However, one student certainly stood out. This student not only exemplifies what it means to be a good student, but also shows us the power of kindness and hard work. This student picks you up in hard moments and cheers you on during the good ones. They are involved in more than just academics at the high school. They show inspiring leadership and demonstrate what it means to be a true Yellow Jacket in many sports, clubs, and activities. This student is so selfless, I'm sure they are thinking someone else is getting this award. Yet, they did not get as much recognition as they deserved for all the positivity they brought to our school and our community. It gives me great pleasure, and I'm very excited to announce Ava Kelly as our Class of 2026 Student of the Year. Congratulations, Ava. Senior Student Council Officers Carson Clapper and Casey Ng will be escorting Ava Kelly to the gift table. Congratulations, Ava.
I'd like to take a moment to recognize someone who stepped into an important leadership role for our district during a time of unexpected transition. Our district was fortunate to welcome back a familiar face in Dr. Anstadt, who came out of a brief retirement to serve as an interim superintendent for Perrysburg schools. Having previously dedicated many years of service to this district, Dr. Anstadt returned with a steady hand, a deep understanding of our schools, and a genuine commitment to supporting families, students, and the community. Transitions in leadership are never easy, particularly in a school year filled with moments as important as the one we celebrate today. Yet Dr. Anstadt approached this role with humility, experience, and a willingness to serve when our district needed it most. On behalf of Perrysburg High School and the class of 2026, we are grateful for that leadership and for the care shown to our students throughout the year. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Katie Anstadt.
He moved that microphone up, and I wasn't sure what he was doing. Good afternoon, class of 2026. You are the 161st graduating class of Perrysburg High School, and that number matters. Not because it's large, because it means that you are now part of something that endures. For 160 classes before you, students have sat where you're sitting, full of anticipation, maybe some uncertainty, and a quiet question in the back of their minds. It's the same one I'm getting. What happens next? What is my purpose? And the honest answer is, no one can tell you. This year, I returned to Perrysburg for a very specific purpose: to help a district that I cared so deeply about move through a moment of challenge and transition. I was never meant to stay. I was meant to help steady the ground so that what comes next has strong roots. Thank you to each and every one of you who shared that purpose with me this year. I appreciate you. You have been planted here in this community, in these classrooms, in band, in orchestra, in choir, in theater, on these teams and clubs and organizations, and in these friendships. And whether you realize it or not, you've already begun to fulfill your purpose as you begin to grow. Not just academically, but in how you make decisions, how you treat people, how you respond when things aren't going your way. You've heard the Jacket Way your entire pre-K-12 experience, and although it's been important in the past, this is where it's really important. This is the kind of growth that endures. So as you leave here, I want to offer you 3 simple ideas, ones you've already been living, whether you had words for them or not. First, grow where you are planted. You are in this moment for a purpose. You won't always land in a perfect place. Few people do. But growth doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It happens when you decide to engage, to contribute, and to be alert for what this moment of either success or failure is teaching you. Remember all your STEM classes. You learn as much from failure as you do from success. When it isn't going right, ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? Second, keep growing in purpose. The world will give you plenty of distractions. Growth requires repetition, attention, and intention. Each time you pause and think before making a choice, you build a muscle that propels you closer to your goals. Each time you choose what's right over what's easy, you are building the life you want. Decision by decision, habit by habit, step by step. And finally, give. Not someday. When you feel fully ready, give now. Give your time. By all means, give your kindness. Give your talent. Because the truth is, the communities you will be a part of don't need just what you know. They need who you are willing to be. There's a Taylor Swift line I've always liked: step into the daylight and let it go. And while that might sound a little daunting, here's the part I hope you remember. Letting it go doesn't mean being alone. It means you have agency, you have choice, you have ability to shape what comes next. And that's not something to fear, that's something to lean into. So as you leave Perrysburg High School, don't worry if you don't have everything figured out. Just remember this: you have been planted well. You know how to grow. And you already have something to give. Class of 2026, wherever you go next, make it better because you were there. Congratulations.
Ava and Mr. DiGregorio, congratulations on your much-deserved recognition. I wanted to offer a special thank you to staff members Deb Shankula, Megan Laser, Kristen Morgan, Michelle Shields, Rachel Davis, Deb Calloway, Karen Kidzig, Alicia Schifferly, and Rick Reddick for their help on planning this wonderful event. I've been very fortunate this year to work alongside one of the finest teams of professional educators around. Their dedication is evident. Their desire and ability to design and deliver authentic and relevant learning experiences for students has served as a catalyst for high student achievement. Thank you for all that you've done for these 434 students and the rest who walk our halls every day. At this time, staff, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. As we have all heard, it is true that all good things must come to an end. This year, we say goodbye to a group of selfless professionals who has provided decades of service to Perrysburg schools in the classroom and outside of it. I would like to take a moment and say thank you and acknowledge several teachers who are retiring this year. Leslie Kraft, Amy Farrar, Matt Kriegel, Janice Ray, and Rick Reddig. Thank you for all you've done for PHS, and please give to yourself and to your family in this next chapter as you have given to the children of this community for years. Class of 2026, congratulations to all 434 of you making it to this important milestone in your young lives. You are ready, each and every one of you. During these past few months, we have recognized so many individual students for their outstanding accomplishments. Yet, there are far more of you that have yet to hear your name called. Well, today is your day. Not only does hearing your name today signify the fulfillment of the requirements thrown down in front of you, it means you now carry the title of Perrysburg High School graduate. What this says to others is even more significant. It says that you came from a place of high character, high expectations, and that you are ready to lead. You are ready to influence others. Your best days are ahead of you, and wherever your next step is taking you, I hope you recognize and take advantage of just how well prepared your hometown has left you. Speaking of next steps, quite a few of you sitting on the floor have committed your gifts to the service of our nation. You have pledged to protect the many freedoms we enjoy in the United States of America. At this time, I would like to recognize those seniors who will be entering the military upon graduation. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized. I would ask that all in the audience, please hold your applause until the end. Allison Bailey, Ohio Air National Guard. Jacob Calloway, Ohio Air National Guard. Kellen Drossman, Ohio Air National Guard. Alina Krenzel, United States Navy Reserves. Norisugu Shane Saito, United States Naval Academy. Cale McDaniel, United States Army. Christopher Deck, United States Army. Brady Dauterman, Ohio Army National Guard and Army ROTC at Bowling Green State University. Cadence Thursby, Florida Army National Guard and Army ROTC, Palm Beach Atlantic University. Avery Reddig, Army ROTC, Ohio University. Alexander Dinkins, the United States Military Academy at West Point. I would also like to ask all retired or active U.S. Armed Service members in the audience to please stand and be celebrated along with these seniors. Please be seated. Well, here we are. Class of 26, your high school graduation. You've arrived at this moment after years of feeling like you're ready to make your own choices, while also being supported, guided, and at times, maybe it felt like you're being held in place by the people around you. To some, today might feel ceremonial. Just another event. But this is actually one of those moments that has the power to shift your mindset. Something that suddenly makes you feel more independent, more responsible, and just maybe more in control of your own life than ever before. Over the past few months, each of you has made decisions that begin to shape what comes next. And if you're being honest, many would admit that those decisions felt difficult, stressful, maybe even a little uncertain. Some of you are probably still wondering if you made the right choice. That uncertainty, that's not a problem. That's actually an authentic example of what goes along with the personal freedom that is a part of adult life. Like what school to attend after graduation, what company or worthy cause to work for one day, whether to join a friend in starting a new business, or maybe even when to tie the knot. This freedom you're stepping into comes with something else: responsibility. As you move forward, the choices you make will carry more weight and have a much larger impact. These decisions will not impact just you, but the people around you, especially the ones closest to you. And here's the part no one really tells you. Those choices don't suddenly become easier. Even the smaller ones, the ones that seem like just another step forward, can feel complicated, unclear, and at times overwhelming. So when you find yourself in these moments, when you expect clarity, but instead feel uncertainty, I want to leave you with a few questions, not answers, just questions you can pull from your toolbox as needed. So when facing a decision, ask yourself this first: is there a tension that deserves my attention? At some point, you're going to feel it, that internal pull, that sense that something isn't quite right, or that something more is possible. Your instinct might be to ignore it, to explain it away, to tell yourself it's nothing. But sometimes that tension is there for a reason. It might be pointing you towards something that needs to change: a relationship, a path, a decision you've been avoiding. It might be pushing you to take a risk or to take better care of yourself or somebody else. Whatever it is, don't ignore it. Give yourself the time to understand it. Lean into the tension. Second question: are you being honest with yourself, really? There'll be moments where one option stands out, where something feels more appealing, more exciting, or easier, and it's natural to be drawn to that decision or direction. But pause for a moment and ask yourself why. Is that choice aligned with who you are and what you value? Or is it being shaped by expectations, by pressure, by what others might think? Because the easiest path is not always the right one, and the right one is not always the easiest to choose. Third question: what is the story that you want to tell? Every decision you make becomes a part of your story. Years from now, when you look back, when you're rereading this chapter of your life, what do you want it to say? Will it reflect courage, growth, integrity, passion? Or will it reflect choices you wish you could go back and change? You are the author of your story, and every decision you make is a line that gets written. So ask yourself, if someone else were telling your story, how would that sound? And finally, will this choice be wise given what I know right now? What have your past experiences taught you? What do your current circumstances demand? What are you working toward? And does this move you closer to it or further away? Not every opportunity is the right one. Not every path that looks appealing leads where you want to go. Sometimes wisdom is simply recognizing that timing matters, that patience matters, and that patience is knowing that things sometimes do not happen in the order that you want them to. You've worked hard to get to this point. You've developed the skills, the knowledge, and the capacity to build a life that is meaningful to you. Now comes the part where you decide what to do with it. You won't always have perfect clarity. You won't always feel certain. But you do have the ability to pause, to reflect, and to choose. So as you move forward, be intentional. Pay attention to what matters. Be honest with yourself and write a story that you are proud to tell. I'd like to close with a story that others before me have shared on this very occasion. In 1911, at just the second annual meeting of the Perrysburg Alumni Association, Anna C. Beach, class of 1866, one of the first graduates of Perrysburg High School, stood in front of a group of graduates just like this and said, "And when the years have left your commencement as far in the past as ours, may your ranks be unbroken, your past serene, your future hopeful." Over a century later, this still holds. Class of 2026, stay connected, take care of each other, be proud of where you come from, and confident in where you're going. Your future is waiting. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to introduce our salutatorian for the class of 2026. She will attend The Ohio State University to major in food science and technology and innovate in the world of product development. Please join me in welcoming our salutatorian of this very impressive and accomplished group, Nina Rando.
Good afternoon, class of 2026, teachers, family, friends, and staff. My name is Nina Rando. Some of you may know me, but considering that our class has 434 students, it's likely that some of you do not. Either way, what I want you to know about me is that I am incredibly honored to be here speaking to you today, and more importantly, I'm so proud of you all for making it to this special day of graduation. Everyone in the class of 2026 has no doubt had a unique high school experience, but we are all united by the fact that after today, we will be able to call Perrysburg High School our alma mater. I bet you all remember your first day at PHS. I know most of us were nervous that day, scared about getting lost in the big building or overwhelmed by the advice to get involved. I was especially worried, being a new student who barely knew anyone. Maybe, like me, you were worried you wouldn't be able to make friends in your classes or that you wouldn't be able to survive until lunch at 2 p.m. In any case, it's safe to say that you're pretty different now than you were back then. If you were to have a conversation now with your freshman self, I bet freshman you would be so fascinated to see what the future holds for them. Maybe you'd fill them with confidence once you reveal some of your recent accomplishments. Maybe they'd be impressed that you stuck with the same sport or extracurricular all 4 years, or equally impressed that you branched out and chose a new one. Maybe they'd see a picture of you at a football game and be thrilled to see you at the front of the student section, not pushed to the back anymore. They might look at your friend group now and be surprised to not recognize any of them, or happy to see that you are still friends with the person you met on the first day of school, like me with my friend Lauren Osterly. Finally, I bet freshman you wouldn't be able to believe that the number 2026, which has been on our email addresses and our class shirts for the past 12 years, is now the number we write for today's date. As you take your next steps, wherever those may be, I ask that you continue to remember your freshman self. All of us will be starting a new beginning soon, and many of us will be freshmen or rookies once again. We will need to overcome the fears and doubts that come along with that. But if freshman you did it 4 years ago, of course you can do it now that you are a high school graduate. No matter what you do, though, or where you end up, please never stop making your younger self proud. Thank you.
Our final speaker for the class of 2026 has a distinct honor of being recognized as our class valedictorian. As a first-generation college student, she will be attending Harvard University in the fall, majoring in chemistry with the intention of pursuing a career in medicine. Please join me in welcoming our top student amongst so many elite academic minds within the class of 2026, Kate Wu.
Good afternoon, Perrysburg families, faculty, friends, and students. I am honored to stand before you today. I'm sure many of us played I Spy when we were younger, and honestly, maybe even now. I know I do, so I'd like to thank my niece Mia and my nephew Luca, who are always down for a good game. I loved playing I Spy because it taught us to pay attention to the details and made the small things feel important. You can't win by only focusing on the big things like the blue sky. You also have to pay attention to the little blue dot on the corner of someone's shirt. So standing in front of you today, I want to recognize a small thing that has become the foundation of our high school experience: Tuesdays. For some, it starts with a breakfast, while for others, it's being half asleep during the first period. As we go through our first few classes, we play through the New York Times games and dabble in a bit of Google Snake. Then it's finally lunchtime, which is usually the best day of the week to get school lunch. I like to think that it's the school's way of convincing us to go to school on Tuesdays. Once lunch ends, it's a bit more learning and laughing with friends. After school, we dedicate our time to work, sports, extracurriculars, the arts, academics, household responsibilities, skills, or hobbies. After a bit dinner and a bit of more of giving the day our best, we go to bed and repeat everything the next day. Some of you guys may have wondered why I chose Tuesdays. And that's because they're arguably even worse than Mondays. But as I Spy taught me, it's days like Tuesdays that matter. On those days, we make mistakes, we grow, and we pursue our passions. When you think of what made you the person sitting here today, it's not just homecomings or football games. It's also the seemingly boring days. No matter where you guys are headed after high school, I want to encourage you all to celebrate the small moments just as much as the big ones, because those ordinary moments are what have made these past 4 years unforgettable. As we leave PHS behind, I want to play one last game of I Spy. I spy the people who celebrate others loudly. I spy the people who have left this school better than they found it. And I spy the Perrysburg class of 2026.
All right, Dr. Anstadt, Mrs. Price, Ms. Larimore, Ms. Meinke, and fellow board members, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the 161st graduating class of Perrysburg High School. These seniors have met all requirements that's set forth by the State of Ohio Department of Education and Workforce and by the Perrysburg Schools Board of Education. Our Board of Education members will present the class of 2026 with their diploma covers. The presentation of graduates will be performed by members of the Perrysburg High School leadership team, including myself, Mrs. Bacon, Mr. DeColius, and Mr. Tursky. Mrs. Bacon will begin by first reading the names of the Student Council Vice President, Student Council President, and Senior Class President. She will then read the names of the class of 2026, valedictorian, and salutatorian. The program will continue with Mr. DeColius and Mrs. Bacon reading student names in alphabetical order as written in your program. As this is a formal ceremony, our seniors and I ask that you show respect for all graduates and their families by refraining from cheering, yelling, and excessive clapping so that every parent, guardian, and family will be able to hear their graduate's name read. Thank you for your cooperation and with this request.
Dinesh Gupta. Alina Emma Krensel. Avery Elizabeth Rettig. Nina Grace Rando. Kate Seantone Wu.
Abdul Rahman Mohammed Ibrahim Abuhif.
Leah Nadal Abu Reedy.
Khaled Samer Abdelmenin Abu Rida.
Walid Samir Abdulmenin Abu Reda.
Alyssa Sue Adkins.
Amir Haitham Albador.
Josue Alexander Bejarano.
Andres Alvarez Pita.
Aditya Archis Ambokar.
Samantha Grace Amstutz.
Anthony Lee Anderson.
Kian Leland Fridulius Andres.
Maya Josephine Antone.
Alex David Aquino.
Evan Bale Aragon.
Mara Grace Eris.
Catherine Grace Avery.
Lena Humayar Azizi.
Brandon James Baddock.
Allison Cheryl Bailey.
Regina Mabel Barajas.
Abigail Grace Bartolo.
Ariana Marie Bash.
Brody Chad Bauman.
Braylee Barbara Becken.
Kaylin Ellen Becken.
Blake Michael Benyo.
Jackson Martin Berger.
Giovanni Vitez Beveridge.
McKenna Edie Biami.
Andrew James Billings.
Pio Tedeush Bloda Lopez.
Sutherland Kinsey Joe Bly.
Tegan Jacob Boomer.
Adeline Marie Bourne.
Mary Janice Bortz.
Aubrey Louise Bostetter.
Charles Aiden Bowen.
Amelia Grace Brandeberry.
Logan Michael Brandel.
Elena Marie Bridges.
Madeline Elizabeth Brink.
Miles Stanley Broadway.
Addison Taylor Brown.
Alexis Jalen Marie Brown.
Owen Joseph Bruns.
Anthony James Buck.
William Avery Buckner.
Lucy Maureen Bulow.
Riley Lois Burchard.
Lamaya Michelle Burnside.
Hold on. Gabriel Ryan Burton.
Megan Grace Butera.
Brant Mason Butler.
Cameron Nicole Butler.
Gavin Shaw Butler.
Jonathan Carl Butterfield.
Addison Joris Byrne.
Jacob Edward Calloway.
Nicholas Michael Callan.
Lily Nicole Calvin.
Addison Olivia Campbell.
Lucas Gregory Karras.
Andrew Edward Sharpie.
Julie May Chalfin.
Allison Nicole Cherry.
Gang Chen.
Emily Elizabeth Clevenger.
Carson Joseph Clark.
Miley Abigail Lauren Cole.
Isabella Grace Cobb.
McKenna Grace Conley.
Mary Caitlin Collins.
Brody Michael Converse.
Isabella Victoria Conrad.
Josiah Nicholas Cook.
Curtis Michael Cook.
Javen Anthony Copeland.
Malia Grace Cope.
Elizabeth Hannon Crabtree.
Elena Costa Souza.
Liam Padraig Kaito Crooks.
Elizabeth Grace Crawford.
Holly Marie Dalton.
Olivia Lorraine Crumbaugh.
Lily Sophie Data.
Lily Ann Danford.
Macy Elizabeth Davidson.
Brady Cooper Dotterman.
Isabella Mary Rose Daisley.
Hannah Lorelei Davies.
Christopher Kevin Deck.
Isaac West DeBruin.
Alexander Wayne Denkins.
Lexi Brianne Decker.
Brody Joseph DeVerna.
Samuel John DeRoche.
Braylon Joshua Dybel.
Hannah Grace Deal.
Aiden Michael Dodd.
Julianne Tyler Dix.
Darian Mitchell Douglas.
Jacob Matthew Dombeck.
Brody Lee Drews.
Emily Ann Doyle.
Kellen John Drossman.
Caden Allen Driftmeyer.
Kanan Francisco Duran.
Samuel Robert Dulovich.
Preetha Dutta.
Samantha Marie Duttridge.
Gabriel Lewis Eakes.
Quentin Micah Dworzik.
Laura El Khatib.
Oliver Nolan Eck.
Yumna El Said El Melhoud.
Mariana Talal El Khatib.
Alexi Stephen Engovic.
Nicholas Christopher Elsal.
Eden Tate Eubank.
Pluto Marie Ernsberger.
Preston Andrew Ferris.
Luke Robert Falkenstein.
Wyatt Connor Favat.
Danielle Elizabeth Farley.
Joseph Xavier Foles.
Madison Ann Fisher.
Camille Ann Francis.
Now go. Peyton Antonio Folger.
Micah Samuel Funk.
Ava Ann Gage.
Nicholas Riley Gage.
Vesha Garg.
Andrew Michael Garst.
Addison Marie Geisel.
Haley K. Getzinger.
Penelope Lane Giamarco.
Dominic Michael Gibson.
Silas Enrique Gildner.
Reagan Elizabeth Gossis.
Dawson Allen Glaze.
Kailash Govinder.
Kivani Govinder.
Ella Lynn Graff.
Emerson Jane Gower.
Emerald Inda Ginting.
Isabella Mary Graffiti.
Lucas Eldon Graham.
Donnie Perry Granger III.
Ethan Patrick Gray.
Reagan Dorothy Gray.
Zachary Kenneth Gray.
Kylie Sage Griner.
Benjamin John Groman.
Ava Viola Hafner.
Ella Corinne Hahn.
Theodore Mark Halleck.
Sophia Ann Halm.
Seth James Haney.
Erin Kathleen Hart.
Christopher Dylan Hartzell Jr.
Logan Joseph Hartzell.
Riley Elizabeth Hartzell.
Lucy Harutunian.
Connor Logan Hastings.
Dietrich Henry Heath.
Nicholas Brian Heil.
Grace Elizabeth Heinold.
Braden Michael Heitmeyer.
John Robert Henderson III.
Adam Chase Herman.
Lily Christine Heinlein.
Austin Richard Heinzman.
William Anthony Hollenbeck.
Carmen Danielle Honor.
Morgan Ashley Haverman.
Claire Eileen Hudak.
Diego Aaron Huerta Moraga.
Narisa Nasima Hussein.
Brooklyn Sienna Ibera.
Wesley Knox Emmel.
Victoria? Yep. Victoria Renee Jacobs.
Chase Russell Johnson.
Darian Jean Johnson.
Gianna Isabella Johnson.
Talon Gabriel Johnson.
Kinsley Cora Jones.
Michael Paul Justin.
Hojun Kong.
Sashmika Kanumili.
Ireland Antoinette Kehoe.
Bryce Patrick Thomas Keller.
Evan Ronald Keller.
Ava Grace Kelly.
Cooper Miles Kirsten.
Brady Logan Kessler.
Jaden Shim Kim.
Lucas Scott King.
Abraham Howard Kirkham.
Carson Edward Clapper.
Louisa Klaus.
Cole William Klingensmith.
Emily Marie Kodum.
Jacob Gunther Kramer.
Tanner Michael Kriegel.
Clinton Tyler Legess.
Asher Cole Lattimore.
Emma Patricia Lang.
Riley Darren Lammy.
Ariana Yetunde Lewanson.
Ty Alexander Lawson.
Augustine Ford Laboudier.
Abigail Marissa Lee.
Emily Elise Lemoran.
David Ronald Lenz.
Xander Morris Lewis.
William Joseph Lindgren.
Ashlyn Marie Lindo.
Ryan Anthony Lindsay.
Ryan Patrick Linkus.
Caleb Tyler Livingston.
Campbell Ray Lozier.
Addison Elaine Losey.
Andrew John Lovis.
Madison Rose Lutke.
Keegan James Lynch.
Peyton Jane Lynch.
Benjamin Charles Mack.
Trevor Allen Madigan.
Angeli Ruth Malik.
Reese Robert Mandry.
Joel Stephen Mangus.
Isabella Nicole Marienthal.
Maya Alana Markham.
Madeline Grace Marshall.
Isabella Ray Matty.
Yuri Anthony Matthews.
Kinsley Ann Matoni.
Anthony James Mazzullo.
Andre Lamar McCallum III.
Scarlett Andrea McLean.
Tatum Riley McCoy.
Nathan Phillip McCune.
Cale Patrick McDaniel.
Delaney Grace McDonough.
Gavin Skylar McGee.
Annabelle Elise McKenzie.
Emma Noel McNerney.
Connor David Mead.
Benjamin Frank Miller.
Thaddeus Glenn Merriman.
Brooklyn Eve Milligan.
Luke Robert Miller.
Sarah Ann Modlin.
Sophie Jane Mitchell.
Annabelle Rekahine Mora.
Ali Weil Mohammed Mokhtar.
Iris Lovinia Morris.
Kenneth John Morgan Jr.
Isaac David Morrison.
Lily Madeline Morris.
Sophia Sakeem Mullins.
Isabel Rose Moskowitz.
Claire Brianna Myers.
Gabrielle Dos Años Munford.
Jordan Christopher Nahas.
Jacob Fadi Nahas.
Zen Ellis Neff.
Alexandria Marie Nauman.
Hannah Elizabeth Noel.
Casey Yang NG.
Samuel Wyatt Odo.
Benjamin Ryan Nowicki.
Emma Riley Ogdal.
Lauren Page Osterly.
Colston John Orlando.
Carter John O'Peel.
Jenamar Yamid Pagan Perez.
Lila Grace Ortman.
Caitlin Rose Paul.
Carson Joseph Page.
Max Giovanni Pardee.
Tyler James Palmer.
Callie Rose Peer.
Derek Thomas Patchen.
Mason Maxwell Plummer.
Nathan Bukama Podirat.
Lucille K. Pratt.
Nathaniel Paul Poland.
Miles Joseph Provenza.
Logan Elijah Proudfoot.
Yarvi Heiki Raihala.
Brandon Daniel Quant.
Jackson Ryan Racer.
Xavier Jameson Ramirez.
Leanna Elizabeth Roush Broadfoot.
Caitlin Noel Rathburn.
Isaiah Levon Reed.
Faith Elizabeth Reed.
Demetrius Xavier Reed Ortiz.
Talia Zachary Reed.
Daniel Rios.
Ryan Ferdinand Redding.
Sergio Alexander Robert.
Braden Christopher Riston.
Anthony Joseph Rodriguez.
Molly Jane Roby.
Colton James Remley.
Rito Deep Roy.
Roman Joaquin Ruiz.
Angela Teleria Ruffin.
Noritsugu Shane Saito.
Caden Matthew Saltz.
Ben Edward Sadig.
Olivia Grace Skasny.
Carter Jaden Shatsky.
Evan Michael Shuck.
Austin Mitchell Schliemann.
Andrew James Syverth.
Ava Carissa Schultz.
Allison Lane Suberling.
Addison McEwen Sentel.
Jonathan Russell Sievert.
Benjamin Joseph Suberling.
Isabella Rose Shields.
Lu Yang Shur.
Ava Jolie Schultes.
Sophia Vesna Vivo Shine.
Haley Riley Siebenaller.
Manahil Afro Siddiqui.
Megan Ann Skronecki.
Stella Claire Skomowski.
Cameron Alexander Smith.
Brendan Henrik Smith.
Zachary David Smith.
Samuel Frederick Smith.
Gage Lawrence Stager.
Jeannie Grace Snyder.
Brody Michael Steep.
Malia Rose Stansberry.
Evan James Sterling.
Samia Elizabeth Stepnick.
Zachary Aiden Stokes.
Lucas Bradley Steer.
Alexa Marie Streffolino.
Faith Olivia Marie Stone.
John Elijah Swemba.
Colt James Sutphin.
Dylan Michael Shapila.
Jack Edward Swatala.
Ileana Ramoso Tabanero.
Tyler Charles Szymanski.
Carlos Ken Tarada.
Stephen Douglas Taylor III.
Kylin Jolie Thomas.
Addison Carissa Grace Thomas.
Cadence Ann Thursby.
Morgan Michelle Tomford.
Leilani Marie Torrio.
Cameron James Toon.
Logan Michael Trzynski.
Jacob Robert Troutman.
Alex Jason Vaquera.
Claire Judith Turley.
Cruz Michael Vasquez.
Reagan Ray Varvel.
Benjamin John Voloski.
Matthias James Vasquez.
Sarah Ann Wagner. Or Sage Ann Wagner.
Madeline Rose Von Saken.
Kate Marie Waldenzak.
Carter Samuel Wainio.
Gabriel Reese Wallace.
Nicolo Rylan Walkowski.
Nathaniel Anthony Wallace.
Jaden Riley Wallace.
Erica Wang.
Beckett Joshua Walters.
Madison Charlize Watkins.
Del Cameron Warner.
Cora Rose Wislick.
Catherine Rose Watson.
Claire Corrigan Wellstein.
Titus Ezekiel White.
Lily Rue Weidman Kearns.
Finn Maddox Wilhelms.
Mia J.C. Williams.
Ethan John Williamson.
Emily Elizabeth Wilson.
Seth Dean Wilson.
Tyler Grayson Winters.
Abigail Grace Wisner.
Callie Serenity Ray.
Yesenia Concepcion Yu.
Ethan Ryan Young.
Parker Ray Young.
Jordan David Zeeb.
Olivia Hope Zeisloft.
Evan Andrew Zemnick.
Jessica Renee Zenick.
Kendra Marie Zuccarell.
And let's hear it for the class of 2026.
Seniors, it is now the moment we've all been waiting for. Parents, please prepare your cameras as the seniors rise. We have officially completed our time at Perrysburg High School. Walking across the stage marks the end of this phase of our lives and the start of the next. As my final act as your class president, I ask that we officially signify our graduation from Perrysburg High School. Please take your tassel and move it from the right side to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2026. At this time, graduates, please follow me, Alina, Avery, Kate, and Nina to the back of the arena floor in the area of the band as part of the ceremony's recessional. As our last hurrah as a class, we will collectively sing our fight song and celebrate our graduation from PHS with the cap toss.
Hold the trail, get on the bus. We're getting out of here. You can be friends later.
They're taking the